Hello everyone and welcome to your magical moon messages. Okay, so we're working with the moon, and you know what? This is perfect. I thought about doing this video a couple days ago, not realizing that we are literally at a full moon. So I'm recording this the day of the full moon, and as it so happens, I'm all mooned out, man. I have this moon shirt on. I have a necklace, a pendant here with the moon. So I'm all about the moon, apparently. All about intuition. So if you need to, I'm going to show you the 3 moons that we're working with. And if you want to pause the video to decide which one you feel is going to give you the best messages, then go ahead and do that. Because once I get right back, once I come back, we're going to start with the first one. Welcome, those of you who chose moon number 1. So we have here, so it's a pretty big piece, okay? So I'm going to show you exactly how big it is, because I don't know if you could, you were able to see that. And this down here is like the little teddy bear. Isn't he cute? We actually got this from a baby shower that I was at recently, and this lights up. Let me see if I can get it. It lights up. So if you chose this one, I get a few things with this, okay? I want to say like make a wish, right? And like I say that, I'm reminded of, who is it? It's, what production company is it? DreamWorks, I think. I think it might be DreamWorks, but I could be totally wrong, where there's a kid on a crescent moon and he like is fishing. Right? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I have that image in my mind, but like, so I kind of, and granted, not fishing here, there's a star here, and there's a very movable bear. I feel like this is saying like, make a wish and take that first step to go for it, right? Like you're fishing, okay? I don't know, there's a lot of, I almost want to say special energy with this moon. Oh, I have to let Gizmo out of the room. Hold on. Go ahead, Bub. Okay. All right. Watch. Give it a few more minutes and he's going to start scratching at the door to come back in. But so, yeah, so there's a lot of special energy with this moon. I feel, well, now that it's a full moon anyway, granted, this is a crescent, okay? And I know out of the photos, there are 2 crescents and a full moon. I had to get the full moon in there. I feel like it's a very good time to make a wish. I do feel like your manifestations or things that you have been wanting or trying to manifest, even if it's just over the past couple months or for all we know over the past year, to me, I feel I get this like momentum. There's this I don't know, this extra energy, this extra spiritual support that's just gonna make things happen. I also get with this, like, I hear the words shining, I see and hear the words shining star. And I think it's also because this lights up, right? It shines brightly, stars shine brightly. There's even a star here. Like, I feel like this is saying, like, don't be afraid to shine. Don't be afraid to show the world who you are. Be yourself. Be your individual, genuine, authentic self. Because I feel like this is letting you know, like, it's okay to do so. Like, you will be received. You will be accepted very well, okay? So allow yourself to shine. I also feel with this that, like, when you do allow yourself to shine, you are literally inviting more blessings coming in, okay? And this could just be more, maybe you want to grow a YouTube presence. Maybe you want to grow more Instagram followers or something. Like, to me, there is just this sense of like more people gravitating towards you, thus bringing greater blessings, okay? So really be who you are and shine. Show the world. I just totally flicked my lip. Show the world your gifts, okay? Because they're needed right now. I want to see if I get anything else. So, okay, so I just heard say something about the hanging, the bear hanging down. So, not that the bear is like holding on, right? He's not holding on for dear life. This is very much glued and attached to him quite well. But I do kind of feel like it's okay to let go. Don't hold on. You know what? I heard this quote last night. I don't know where I heard it. Might have been somewhere on Facebook or YouTube or something. Heard this quote last night and I absolutely loved it. Let go of something good so that something great can come in. Okay? Because oftentimes like we hold on to things because we think like they're good for us. Or if it's just like, it's good enough so that like it's okay. No, but there literally could be something greater for you. So I kind of feel like this little part is saying like, it's okay to let go. Let go of something that is just good, that is just mediocre, so that you can invite something great and phenomenal and extraordinary in, okay? And I feel like you'll know what that is as I say it. So I like that little one. Okay, let's see what cards we have here. I've got a couple of moon cards. The first one, it's from the moon deck, like literally it's called the moon deck and it comes in a wooden box, okay? This is how it came. So the first one we have here, I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors, a number 2. I've been getting a lot of number 2s lately, even just for myself. 2s aren't a bad thing. 2s very much like, two things coming together, whether it is like a partnership, romantic, colleagues, co-workers, business, family, friends, just like a partnership. Okay, so 2 things coming together. Also, I this may apply to some of you where I see like heart and head finally coming together, because you know how there's always like, I don't want to say like a battle between the heart and the head, but come on, there usually is, right? But no, I'm getting like heart and head finally like coming together. But so I like that. But I also, with the 2s, I'm also getting like 2 decisions, 2 opportunities, 2 avenues, 2 paths that you could go down. But I'm being very much reminded that like if you have to make a decision for something, whether it's work, whether it's love, like whatever, to me, I'm getting like, it doesn't matter which path you take, because they're both actually going to end up leading to the same destination. Like whatever you want, whatever your end game is, you're going to reach your end game. It doesn't matter which path you take. The paths will have different experiences along the way. Maybe one path gets you there a little more slowly, or just there's not as much action, whereas the other path, there's like twists and turns, and maybe there's like more anxiety. As I drop the card, maybe there's more anxiety with that path. But either way, you reach your destination. So it actually almost doesn't matter which path you take. Okay, does that make sense? I know a lot of times we get hung up on thinking like, well, if I go do this, like, is it wrong? There is no wrong here. Because you're going to achieve what you want to achieve regardless, right? So there is no wrong. With this card, I feel like I really had to say that for someone. With this card, I celebrate my lineage and honor my ancestors. If you look at her, she's got her hands and they're clasped like right at the heart. So I feel like, okay, so you can take this card literally, okay? You can absolutely celebrate and honor your ancestors, yes, because I do feel like they're part of your spiritual support system. They're helping you along and, trying to help push you to, where you're supposed to be, and that's absolutely great. But I'm really focused on this, the act of doing this and being grateful, okay? Really just being grateful for everything that you have currently in your life and everything you have gone through, because if you didn't go through everything you have, you wouldn't be like where you are today, right? The good, the bad, and the ugly, okay? Like you wouldn't be where you are at today. And where you're at today is better than where you were for all you know, like a year ago or a few years ago, like whatever. Okay, so I feel like there's this sense of just being like grateful for everything you've gone through, all the people you have encountered in your life, but as well as like those who are currently in your life now, and the things that you have in front of you. Okay, like you have a nice comfy warm bed, or you've got food to eat, you've got friends to vent to, like those are all great things. So I feel like this is like really saying like honor what you have right now, because you really you start exuding that and really feel it. You start exuding that type of energy to allow more of that to come in. The next card we have here is from the Moonology deck. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. Perfect. Perfect. I actually feel like a lot of people needed to hear that, because I feel like, I mean, not just me, but there's this sense of, I don't know, restlessness? I want to call it restlessness. Maybe you know, anxiety, some anxiety and fear, obviously, but just like for me, it just, I want change to happen. Like I almost want to say like I'm desperate for change. I don't want to sound desperate. But I do. I love change, and I want change to happen. And I know it's going to happen. Like I can feel it. Like I'm like, you just feel it. But I'm like, okay, when? Now? Can I have it now? Can I have what I want now? Yesterday would be great. Like there is just this restlessness. Like I don't fear the change. I'm just like, okay, like yes, can I have it now? I'm getting a little impatient, and I'm like, right, okay, I need to surrender, and I need to just let go and just be present. We're human, easier said than done. But I feel like a lot of people are going through that sort of same type of energy where it's just there's this restlessness, there's this impatience as well, but just restlessness. And we are at the start of a new season, autumn, and I love that though, because autumn, it truly does teach you to let go of things that no longer serve you. And just the fact that it's the start of a new season, meaning like, okay, something new is coming in, which is very nice. But yeah, there's just this energy, this like erratic energy. I don't know, it's the best way I could describe it. But I do feel though we are, and good thing that's a full moon right now too, we are coming out of this tough time. Okay? We are coming out of this tough time. I see things moving along. I am very much drawn towards, and we're at the end of September here, so very much drawn towards October, November, even a little bit into December, but definitely October and November. I'm really drawn to those 2 months. But so yes, and I do feel I'm also getting, so this is only going to apply to some of you, that like you may find in this season that I'll say your social circle is changing. Things may fall away. May not be a bad thing though, because you may have been coming into disagreements or just not feeling like you're on the same page at all with someone in your life, whether it's friend or family or romantic. And you may find that actually ends. But, and I know not all endings are good, right? Not all, some of them can be. Not all endings are good. But oftentimes they're necessary to help push you and another forward. All right. The next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments Oracle deck. It's a summer card, a 28 or a 10, 1. The action, which is perfect because seeing that it's, sorry, a little bit of a glare, seeing that it's a number 1 card, because ones are all about like manifestation and really focusing on your thoughts, I'll tell you that, and just getting things going. Okay, so this action card is wonderful. Like you see, it's a squirrel in mid-leap. I was so happy I was able to catch that in my backyard. You have no idea how happy I was. I was like, yes, I did it. And I did it pretty quickly too. But so it is, it's moving from point A to point B, moving from this, I don't know, this restless but stagnant, because it's restless, energy to the flow state, things moving along. And I don't want you to get caught up and be like, oh my God, they're going to move along. And yes, tomorrow this is going to happen. No, it still may take like a week, right? It still may take like 10 days, but things are moving along. And I feel like this is a card just letting you know, like, things are moving along, even if they may not feel like it right now. Okay? Things are moving along. The next card we have here, no, I'm going to backtrack. I need to pull another card for that action card, okay? Yeah, totally just interrupted myself, so let me see. I'll just ask maybe like what action you need to take, or what part of your life the action needs to be in. Another summer card. 33, union. Okay, so regarding love. Now, love can come in many forms, okay? Not just romantic, guys. But so, love. Yeah, so don't be surprised if like your relationships change. And I said that before anyway about, your social circle changing and maybe people falling away, separation happening. Understand there's a change when it comes to love. So some of you, yes, there may be a separation, but I actually get the opposite for others. Or no, if you've been single for a while, that's about to change, okay? And you're about to come into union with someone else, okay? But so I feel like this action card is letting you know that things are changing regarding a relationship of some kind, okay? Also, even a relationship with yourself, like maybe just how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, the foods that you eat. I can see a change, like you're choosing better foods and nutrients for your body, and just an overall change, okay? So I like that though. Okay, so the next card that we have here, it's from the Starseed Oracle. Karmic relationships. Okay, this just goes right in line with what I was just saying. Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, conflict. Yeah, so there's going to be change within your relationships. For some of you, it's definitely regarding love, okay? And you might even find that people from your past are coming back in. No. Thank you, but no thanks, okay? Hashtag sorry, not sorry. No, I feel like, if someone from your past comes back in, like, fine, it's good to acknowledge. That's great. Wish them well. Absolutely. But I feel like don't revisit that. Okay. Like just new. Trust me, you want the new right now. Okay. You really want the new right now. And you also may find that a new person coming in may be also a karmic relationship. That's not a bad thing though, because personally, karmic or not, whatever relationship you have with someone, whether it is romantic, whether it is familial, whether it is friend, karmic or not, you're going to learn lessons from them, and they're going to learn lessons from you. That's part of the point of also interacting with others. It's just this innate teaching, if you will, that we give to each other, that we give to ourselves. It's part of our soul growth. And those two words are actually on this card anyway. Oh, it's kind of blurry. Soul growth, it's right there. So, karmic or not, whoever is around you is teaching you something. If there's someone around you that like annoys the hell out of you, well, maybe they're trying to teach you patience, or trying to teach you how to put up, how to put up good boundaries. There's different things we can learn from different people, regardless of a karmic label, okay? And I understand people, yes, are karmic. You've spent other lives, past lives with them and whatnot, and that's fine, absolutely. But I don't stay tied to that, because I really do look at it like, well, everyone's here to teach me something, and I'm here to teach everyone something as well. So the label doesn't really matter. So I think those were very good messages for you guys who chose moon number 1. I am going to leave you, of course, with a fortune cookie, Fortune. I like using these. What are you waiting for? Start moving now. That also goes very well with the action card, right? Movement forward. So I feel like you can take this literally, that if there's something you've actually been wanting to do, whether it is like a new hobby or to travel someplace you haven't been to before, even if it's just on the other side of the state. You want to reach out to someone. To me, this is just getting like literally, what are you waiting for? Start moving now. There never is a perfect time for things, like to start, okay? There just isn't. It's just always whenever you're ready. But oftentimes, like, sometimes I'll just jump the gun. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to do it now. Sometimes it actually works out totally fine. Other times I learn, so therefore I still win. But so I feel like this is also saying, though, things are going to start moving along for you. You're not going to have to worry about being impatient much longer, okay? The numbers on the back: 42, 44, 32, 11, 3, 14. Okay? Beautiful. So thank you, Moon number 1. I hope you enjoyed these messages. Please like this video, comment, share it with others, subscribe to my channel. I would totally appreciate it. And I will see you all next time. Bye. Hello, those of you who chose Moon number 2. Welcome to your magical moon messages. Okay, so you chose the crescent moon here with a fairy with the word believe on it. This is my sister's. And okay, so I get a lot of like whimsical, magical, fairy, ethereal energy with this. I really do. I know I said with the first one, with the first moon, like to make a wish, because I see a lot of things manifesting rapidly. I feel like, yes, you could also, number 2, you could also make a wish, but here's the thing. Here's where the word believe really sticks out for me. You know, you could send out your wishes all you want to the universe, but if you have like a deeply rooted belief that, I don't want to say that like, oh, you're not, that you're unlucky, or that like, oh, that stuff only really happens to others, or like if there is some deeply rooted belief that actually goes against what you're wishing for, you're not going to end up receiving what you wish. You're not going to end up manifesting that. So I feel like for number 2, like if there's something you've been really wanting, or multiple things that you've been really wanting, first take a look at your beliefs, your belief system, okay? Because oftentimes we have limiting beliefs. I have, okay, and the past summer I've been working through my limiting beliefs, and I'm getting there. For me, it's a work in progress. But like, so say like you want to come into more money, whether it's through work or, winning the lottery, doesn't so much matter, but you want to come into more money. But have you grown up believing that like money is hard to come by, or that you have to work hard in order to achieve a lot of money? Like those are very limiting beliefs. And if you truly like believe that deep inside, it is going to be more difficult for you to achieve whatever you're setting, you're wishing for. Okay. So I feel like you need to just review, double check your beliefs, and then act accordingly. Okay. Maybe you need to break some of those down. And we are at a time where Mercury is going into retrograde. So that is a good time to review and reevaluate things that's been going on in our lives, but also things within ourselves. So take the next few weeks to do that, okay? See if you can break down some of those barriers. But so that's what I get. I also look at this, and the fairy is talking to the moon. So to me, it looks like, as I'm looking at this, she looks like she's listening to him. Like she's like, like she's listening, and not just for the hell of it. Like she's actually listening. Listen to your intuition. The moon, Luna, is all about intuition. Okay, and being that we are actually at a full moon right now, so perfect timing. Your intuition is heightened. Like whoa. Okay, so really listen to your intuition right now. Like quietly sit and study what it's saying, okay? I also feel that you've been getting advice from other people that maybe you've been dismissing right away, but it's actually been good advice. Okay, like maybe just, I don't know, asking a friend or something, just, you know, what they think of XYZ, and maybe they have sort of, they gave you an answer that you weren't expecting, so you dismissed it right away, like, oh, no, I don't resonate with that. Maybe you need to sit with it for 24 or 48 hours, okay, because you reacted that way for a reason. So I feel like you need to really sit and listen to advice. Definitely your intuition for sure, but I do feel like there were others that you need to actually pay attention to. I also feel, last thing I feel with this, that if you've been wanting to work with fairy energy, now is a good time to do so. But be aware that fairies are, I say their personalities are human-like, because, I mean, not all fairies are good. Like, not all people are good, right? So just be aware. So read up on fairy energy and fairy magic to see how you can work with them. But like, just, I've been told you should be a little bit cautious. Okay? All right. So we've got a few cards here. The first card we're working with is from the Moon deck. I am ready, thank you. Number 13 or a 4. You see that pretty good. So if you look at her, I mean, she really is like, she's not even throwing caution to the wind. She's just like, all right, here we go. Like, let's do this. I love that though. And it's at a nice full moon right now, which is what we got right now. So to me, I look at this like, if there's something you've been wanting to do, wanting to accomplish, now's a great time to do it. Or at the very least, take the first step to do it. Figure out what that first step is. Once you figure out what that first step is, all the other steps are just going to actually magically appear. It's like you just have to take that initial step, okay? So say you've been wanting to like build up, like for me, I've been wanting to build up my YouTube presence, truly. Well, you know what I need to do? Post more videos. How else am I going to be seen? I got to post more videos, right? So to me, it's like for me, that's my first step. Like, right, no, I got to post more videos. Okay. But I like doing it. I like doing this. Like, to me, this is a lot of fun. And I like looking at other, like, pick a card videos. I don't know. To me, it's fun to pick. But so I kind of feel like this is like letting you know, like, yes, go ahead. Figure out what that first step is. And literally, like, you will see the floor and you will see the next steps that you got to take. Okay. Like it will be apparent. You just have to take that first step. It does rely a lot on faith and strength, but you're fine. Easy for me to say, but no, you're fine. Let me see. I like that she says, thank you. I am ready. Thank you. Gratitude is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful practice, okay? Just being thankful, acknowledging what you have, and even acknowledging everything you have had, okay? Whether it's relationships or just situations and experiences, you name it. Just old cars even. So to me, there is a sense of being grateful for what you have because it's inviting more blessings into your life. And then you can open your arms like her and be like, yes, give me more, right? So I like that. Also with a 13 or number 4, so those numbers may stick out to you. Okay, I just heard 4 months. So what are we? We're at the end of September, so October, November, December, January. Okay. So by the end of January, I don't know, someone's getting a nice blessing. There's multiple blessings even. So over the course of the next 4 months, really practice gratitude and see how it changes your life between now and the start of the new year. I also get a lot of stability coming in because of the number 4. 4 is all about like stability, structure, responsibility, but like in a good way. Okay. The next card we have here is from the Moonology deck. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. And that's very true. The future itself is never set in stone. It really isn't. It changes. Change is inevitable, okay? Change, that itself is set in stone. But nothing else is. And right now, so I'm looking at this card, and these, like, the waves are pretty high. So we got some high emotions right now. And I know right now that it's a full moon, and that totally affects the tides and everything. And tides are water. Water is an emotional element. So you may be finding your emotions sort of all over the place right now. It is a full moon, guys, okay? That does actually happen. It's not a myth. So sort of be aware of that. When you find that happening, it's actually best to be barefoot outside on the ground and like ground yourself, okay? Like let it pull the energy, let it pull your emotional energy down, okay? So you can ground and center yourself. So similar message to those who chose number one, because with the number one, I felt like the energy was erratic. Or I used the word restless a lot, okay? So I get a little bit of that as well. There's this restless energy, or kind of like not knowing what to do, or like what's going to happen or whatever. I don't want to so much say anxiety. I'm sure there's some anxiety, but just kind of like a ooh type of energy, okay? Also, grounding yourself will help with that at all. And realize though, like that is not even set in stone. Like that's temporary. Temporary. Make sure I say that right. Okay, so like everything you go through is temporary. Nothing lasts, right? So understand like crazy emotional times, okay, they're just here for right now to show you something that needs to be worked on. If you hear outside noise, there's we've got work being done to the outside of the house, so you may hear background noise. But so nothing is set in stone, not even the crazy times that you may be experiencing right now, okay? I'm hearing, and it's okay to change. Yeah, some of you need to really understand that. It's okay to change. Don't hold too tightly to what was. Because like I said, change is inevitable regardless. Okay, the next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments Oracle deck. It's an autumn card. 43 or a 7, the fall. Perfect time for this, right? Because I've noticed in my backyard the leaves have been falling, okay? So we're right here. My favorite season. I absolutely love it. Also, though, this shows you now is the perfect time of year. It shows you that, like, things fall away, right? There's that quote, the trees are about to show us how lovely it is to let the dead things go. I absolutely love that quote. I really do. I truly love it because it's true. And when you can surrender to that process, you will act like truly when you surrender, that's literally like accepting, okay? You're not in resistance. You will all of a sudden are in the flow and you're just like, this is what we're doing now? Okay. Like when you get that acceptance, you become like in the flow state. And when you're in the flow state, things actually fall into place so much faster. And I don't want you to think that things are falling apart right now, because when that's just sort of your ego deceiving you, okay? No. Things are actually falling into place. Even if your life feels messy right now, things are actually falling into place. You know, it's like a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle, or Tetris. I like Tetris. But so yes, so don't worry about things falling apart, even if it has to do with a relationship. You know, 43 or a 7, luck, I feel like is on your side. I actually feel like things are supposed to fall apart or just break away or whatnot, because something so much better is coming in, but it literally cannot come in until that is done. Does that make sense? Like truly, like you can't have the new while you are still working with the old. There's no room for it. You got to make room for it. Okay? So especially when it comes to a relationship, easier said than done for sure, but necessary. Yes. The next card we have here is from the Starseed Oracle. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. That sentence right there, I feel like should stick out to a lot of people. You've done this before. So a lot of us are old souls here. I'm sure there's some new souls, but a lot of us are old souls. And yeah, you've done this before. You've had situations in past lives, but maybe even just earlier in this lifetime, you've had similar situations to maybe what you're going through now. Well, look, okay, and if that's the case, look back, okay, look back on your life right now and see, what happened during, we'll say, that time of waiting, where you knew things were going to change or about to change. Like, that's where I feel I'm at right now. Like, I know things are going to be changing, and I'm super excited for it because I want change anyway. I love change. But so, like, I'm at that waiting point where I'm like, oh my God, can it just happen now? Please, can it like happen right now? The wait is killing me, right? Getting impatient. But I mean, I've been in that, I've had this feeling, this type of experience before for other things in my life, but I've been in this situation before. And I know that, like, yes, life does change and you finally get to where you want to be. So like, I know it happens, right? I know it does. I just want it now. But there's also divine timing at play. Other things that we cannot see, behind the scenes, energetically, other things have to like take place. Okay? Oftentimes before we can actually achieve whatever it is we want. So I feel like this is like letting you know, like, you guys, like, you've gone through this before. How did you act before? Either, okay, act the same way and realize like your outcome is coming, or look back and be like, oh, no, maybe I should actually do something different this time to make this experience a little bit better for me. Okay? Like right now, I'm kind of like, all right. And I was talking with a friend about this like yesterday. I'm like, you're at that point where you know something's going to change and you're like, okay, come on, like hurry up. I just got to surrender. And I said that in a text. I was like, I know, I just need to surrender. And oftentimes, that's actually all we ever really need to do anyway for everything, is just to surrender to what is, so that we're not in resistance, okay? It'll also help us not feel lost. Lost lands sticks out to me more for like lost, like not knowing what to do or where to go. So just be. My advice there for you is to just be. Now also, if you get a flash or feel inspired to go and do something, then go and do that, okay? Then that is the decision that you need to make. Otherwise, if you're not even getting options or anything, if you're not even getting choices, then just be. Because maybe, even though it doesn't seem like it, it's a blessing in disguise right now. And there's other things happening. Okay, so just be. All right? Okay, so let's end off with the fortune cookie fortune. This one. Ooh, 2 of them. You got 2. I didn't even realize it took out 2. Okay. You have an unusual ability to put your best effort forth at all times. That's actually just really nice. Also, I get a little hint of perfectionism with that. If you feel you have to put your best effort in at all times, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, okay? So be aware of that. That's not actually always a good thing, okay? It's really not. That too much pressure, that too much stress. Stress is not a good thing. Stress causes everything to go wrong in the body, okay? So be wary of that. The numbers on the back of this one, 17, 52, 28, 53, 55, 1. There's a lot of 5s there. 5s are the number of change. So change is coming for you, number 2. But it's okay sometimes to be good enough. All right? Now the other message we have here, there's no problem that cannot be solved over a green tea ice cream. I'm trying to think if I've ever had a green tea ice cream. I don't remember if I have. I might have. Either way, there's no problem that can't be solved over ice cream, right? Feeding your soul. That's what I get with this card. Feeding your soul and just doing something good and yummy for yourself. Oftentimes, when we start nurturing ourselves, some of our problems end up just working themselves out. And there you go. Problem solved, okay? Also, sometimes we need to just be busy doing something else. Eating ice cream, washing the dishes, folding laundry, like whatever. Sometimes we just, or painting. Sometimes we need to be busy doing something else and stop to redirect our focus from whatever's going on. And you'll find that, oh, hey, it just worked itself out, because it does. The numbers on the back, 40, 24, 33, 19, 29, 51. Okay, thank you. Moon number 2, I hope you enjoyed these messages. Please like this video, comment, share it with others, subscribe to my channel. I would totally appreciate it. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Hello to those of you who chose the full moon, the third moon. So I'm going to show you what this is actually on a shirt that I have, okay? And I was already working with 2 crescent moons, and we're at a full moon right now, and I was like, I gotta have like a full moon somewhere in this video. I just had to. I did have a necklace, another pendant with another crescent moon, and I was gonna choose that, but I was like, no, I want the full moon. So this is actually on a shirt. Do I have it? Hold up. It's like a tank top, right? Very comfy. So full moon. So I look at this, and we are at a full moon right now, that I feel like this is saying, like, right now, if your emotions have been high, okay, the full moon, right, it controls the tides, the gravitational pull controls the tides, the water of the tides, it's an emotional element. Also, we are like 70% water, okay, right, like the planet. Yeah, like the planet. The moon also affects our emotions, okay? So if you've been feeling erratic or just even depressed or just not calm, okay, if you hear, I'm going to interrupt myself, if you hear background noise, we're having work done to the outside of the house, so hopefully my voice overpowers that, because I can hear it very well. But so if you've been feeling out of sorts, we'll say, it's okay, I look at this, because it's a shirt, okay, it's an article of clothing, I look at this kind of saying, like, it's okay to just wrap yourself up in something comfortable, sweatshirt, pajamas all day, a blanket, bathrobe, what have you. I feel like it's okay just to like wrap yourself up and get comfy and cozy and just chill, right? And just watch a movie, eat like yummy food that, or just food that nurture you. Like, to me, I feel like there's this sense of like, it's okay to nurture yourself right now. I also feel, being that it's the full moon, okay, and that we're at a full moon right now anyway, that things, usually a full moon means like things have come to completion, okay? You know, the full moon is at the end of the 28-day cycle that the full moon has, and so it's like it's completed its cycle. So I feel like you've had a phase or a cycle in your life that has come to completion as well. Whew. Take a breath, and then go rest. And go nurture yourself. Self-care right now. There is this sense, if you chose number 3, like there's a sense of needing self-care, okay? Just to help calm your mind, or just, yeah, just to, okay? Let me see what else I got with this. Also, your intuition heightened at this time. Whew, like, whoa. All right, so truly listen to your intuition right now about over any and everything, okay? Listen to your intuition right now. Okay, I'm looking at this. So, because the shirt, right, obviously, like, it's, you know, printed on. And so it shows the shadows of the moon, right? I actually look at this as sort of, not that it's dirt marks. It's not dirt marks. This shirt's actually very clean. But that there may be things in your life that just feel not done, or just feel not perfect, or I don't know if I want to say like not clean, but like just things that just, there's like leftover baggage energy. I'm going to call it that, leftover baggage energy, or just you've put your energy to things that really, like, do they actually matter? Like, do they actually matter? Like, are you someone who has to have no dishes in the sink before you leave the house? Like, I don't want to call you out on your OCD, but that's a bit OCD, right? Like, shows a little bit of signs of OCD there. Like, you have to, like, truly, are you going to die? Are you going to die if you leave a cup in the sink before leaving the house? No, you're not going to die. You're not going to. You're not going to keel over and plop. No. Like, to me, I feel like there are things that, like, you can let go. You can remove your energy from that truly don't matter. It's not going to disrupt your life. Okay? I feel like that had to be said for someone. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully I didn't come across too harshly. There's been times though where I've said that to people, like, are you going to die if you just let that be? No, because you're not. Okay, let's see. The first card we have here, it's from the Moon deck. Number 25 or a 7. With focus and intention, I can shape energy in any direction. Yes, and that is actually perfect to literally what I was just saying about your energy, where you put your energy. Oh, hold on one second. I had a little notification. I had to move that. Okay. So, it's so true though. Like, what's that saying? Your energy flows where your attention goes, or something like that. Your attention goes and energy will flow. That statement, okay? You know that statement. But so that's so very true. So it's like, are you really, like, truly, like, check in with yourself and see, what are you giving attention to? Or what needs more attention? Because oftentimes you're giving attention to something else, something that isn't even supporting you, or maybe you're in a relationship and you're giving attention to that, but you know that the relationship isn't even supporting you. So maybe you need to reel in some of that energy, right? And redirect, okay? Maybe you need to focus more on work or creating things, or like my focus right now, I'm going to start creating more videos. You guys are going to start seeing a lot more videos of mine. I want to build my YouTube presence. I really do. That's a goal of mine, and I can see myself being successful with it. I just need to keep making more videos. I like doing these videos, so I'm okay with that. Just a matter of coming up with different ideas on what you can pick from. Pumpkin ones are coming up, just letting you know, right? We're at the time of year. But so, yes, so check in with yourself and see where you're placing your energy. See where you can redirect some of your energy, okay? Because some things could use less of your time, especially of your mental, emotional state. Never mind physical, but mental, emotional. Some of that you can set aside and put it to something else, okay? So I love that. And like, truly, if there's something you want to create, or if there is a goal or something you really want to manifest, then you really do have to focus into that. And, whatever necessary steps need to be taken, you do those steps, right? Okay. The next card we have here is from the Moonology deck. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. And I believe right now we're at a full moon in Pisces. My moon is actually in Pisces. Yeah, man. So I really should be. I was feeling it like yesterday. Yesterday was a day I was feeling it, but I'm a little bit better now. Meditate and contemplate. Yes, that will also help ground you. Okay. And you may need to do that right now if you've been feeling just, like I said, out of sorts or just all over the place or whatever. Get outside. Okay, get outside in nature. Touch a tree, hug a tree, or be barefoot in the ground. Like, ground yourself any way you can. Okay. I also feel, and this goes along with saying, because we're at a full moon, that your intuition is heightened right now. When you meditate, you can access your intuition greatly. Like, oh my God. So maybe meditate to see what your intuition is trying to tell you right now. I also feel, so the word contemplate is sticking out to me regarding making a decision. Now listen, I understand we're coming into Mercury retrograde, right? It's almost there. I think we got a few more days or something. I know a lot of people who like don't sign contracts or like just don't do things during Mercury retrograde because truly they feel like things are going to fall apart. Listen, I've signed contracts and I've started things in Mercury retrograde and I've had no problems. And no, I was not born during a Mercury. There was no retrograde at all when I was born. I don't even think there was a single retrograde when I was born. Okay? Like, to me, I feel like Mercury retrograde is just telling you, like, there could be delays, okay? So just to expect it, so that way you're not flustered by it. And also, like, if you are going to sign a contract, then just, like, read the fine print, or, like, read it 3 times, or ask the questions to make sure you understand what you're about to do. And if everything looks good, and if you are okay, you feel okay with whatever this is, then go and do it. Like, it's okay. It's okay. So the contemplate thing I get is more like when making a decision, like just, if you need to ask the questions, then ask the questions. If you need to read the fine print, then read the fine print, right? Just get yourself to a space, whatever you need to do to get yourself to a space where you're okay with something, that's okay. And if you need to like take 2 extra days or even a few days to contemplate over something else, beautiful. Take those few days. It's not going to hurt you. Okay? The next card we have here is from the Natural Enchantments Oracle deck. It is a summer card. 30 or a 3, Enlightenment. Yes. Which you can also obtain through meditation. I like how these cards kind of just flow right into each other. So yes, meditation does lead to enlightenment. Also, learning from people that you're around, you're surrounded by, and the experiences that you are experiencing. If you learn as you go, you gain wisdom. You learn all the lessons. You gain the wisdom. That's enlightenment. Learning, knowledge. Okay. So I really like this. Also, so lotus flowers, they only grow out of muddy water. And it's so true. Like, have you ever actually come up close to a lotus flower or anything, like in the lily pads and stuff? Like, it's murky water. Like, you really can't see too deep into it. Like, it is kind of gross, but they grow out of it. So this tells you though, like, growth really only happens when you've heard the terms growing pains, right? Growth only happens through times of like stress. And if you learn a lesson, you most likely will not repeat it. Right? So if you don't like what you're going through right now, learn from it as quickly as you can to prevent yourself from going through it again. Your future self will thank you greatly for that. Like right now, I know I need to learn to surrender and have patience. I had patience earlier this year. There was stuff going on, but I had patience earlier this year. I really did. And then for whatever reason, this past month, September, man, no, my patience is being tested. Like, I feel like more so than normal, or just, that's my perception, right? But really, if I just surrender and I'm just like, all right, this is where I'm at. I know where I want to be is coming. That's what I want. Like, that's what I'm getting impatient about, because I'm like, can I have it now? But I know it's coming. Okay, fine. But if I learn to be like truly patient now and I learn to surrender, it makes it easier for me to do so in the future. Okay? I won't struggle as much. I also get with this, some of you may be thinking of taking a class. I know like now September is a good time for classes in school and stuff like that. So no, I do get, if there's something you've been wanting to learn, now is a good time to take that course or whatever it is. Okay, the next card we have here is from the Starseed Oracle deck. Your life is a canvas. Artist, manifestation, creative accountability. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Your life is a canvas. You are in control of your life, okay? So you literally, if you want to, well, I know with COVID and everything still going on, it's a little more difficult right now to do so. But if you want to go travel or just to some place you've never been before, could be across the state. That's okay. Go and drive. Like, go and do it. If there's a course you've been wanting to take, like I just said, go and do it. If you want to switch jobs, go and do it. Like, to me, there is just like, what are you waiting for? Like, it's your life. And don't say, oh, I'm waiting for the right time. No. There is never a right time. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting forever, right? The right time is literally just when you decide to do it. Then it's the right time. Okay? So, like, I kind of feel like make that decision. If it's something you've been wanting to do, if you've been wanting to learn photography, maybe you don't even have like, a camera, like a good camera at all. Okay, well, a lot of smartphones have great cameras, like truly, really, like even competing against like the Nikons and the Canons and stuff like that. Okay, so I feel like get yourself outside and start being an amateur photographer. Like, I feel like this is saying, like, whatever you want to do, like, just go and do it. Just go and do it. It's your life. Most people end up regretting things they didn't do in their life than things they did, okay? Because even if they went and did something or worked towards something, and even if it failed, you will never hear them. You will never hear those people say they regret actually doing it. Never. Because they went and tried to do it, okay? So they're not going to have a regret. They at least accomplished that part, even if, things didn't fully work out. But people always, and you hear this like when they're, near the end of life, they regret things that they didn't do. So go and do the things that maybe scare you a little bit. Turn that fear into excitement. Okay? Turn that anxiety into excitement. Because I really do feel like you can you can create your life however you want. And I also do feel this is going to apply for some of you. So actual creators, artists, painters, or people who like to draw. Like, I feel like this is like, no, go ahead, start it. Even if you don't think you're good enough for that, do it anyway. Because oftentimes we get into that space where, like, if we want to paint something, like, we want to paint like how we see other professionals, right? We want it to look like other artists. Not just look like them, but like be at that level. Like, oh, they have people buying their stuff. I need to make my stuff look just as good. But see, that's just like a perception. Because like what you create, someone could look at you and be like, oh my God, that is absolutely amazing. That's a masterpiece. Even if you don't think it looks like it. So it's just a perception thing. So I feel like just take a stab at it. Just whatever it is you want to create, just go and do it. Okay? Don't get too hung up on perfectionism and the details. Because then you won't be able to let it go. You won't be able to let it go out into the world so that, others can enjoy it. It's very specific. Okay. Close out your reading with a fortune cookie. Fortune. You feel like a good one. Optimists believe we live in the best of worlds, and pessimists fear this is true. I love that. So, yes, optimists believe we live in the best of worlds. Well, yes, the optimists, they see the best in everything, right? They're able to even find a solution for things, okay? And that's not a bad thing. They offer you another perspective, okay? That's not a bad thing. Pessimists fear this is true. If you're a pessimist, you fear things. You look at things in a more negative light. And fear is a negative energy. And oftentimes pessimists do fear that things can actually be better than what they currently are. Sometimes they can't see past, I'll call it the problem. I can't think of the right word for it, but I'll just call it the problem. They can't see past it. Whereas optimists can see past it. They can see how things can be better. Or they can pick out a few good things out of a bad day. Whereas pessimists just end up focusing too much on the bad, too much on the negative. I love that. So really, to me, this is like saying, like, focus on your mindset, okay? If you truly like want to live a good life, then you really have to start seeing the good in life, even during bad days, okay? Because there's always something to be thankful for, even if it's just one thing. There's always something to be thankful for. And it simply could be that you're still breathing, okay? The numbers: 1, 26, 31, 16, 4, 8. Okay? So thank you to those who chose moon number 3. I hope you enjoyed these messages. Please give this video a like, comment, share it with others, subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.